Hi, so I've had an epiphany that when it's bright midday sun, that's not a good idea to bring one of my nice mirrorless cameras or cinema camera or anything big like that, because I'll just end up spending all my time fussing with the exposure profiles, trying to figure out how to get a decent image, and wouldn't make a difference. At the end of the day, the image would be garbage. So just bring out a camcorder. Like if I have ideas I want to shoot in the middle of the day, just bring out a camcorder, which doesn't really make it conducive to set exposure and all this other kind of stuff. Just, they can be garbage shots, but they'll tell the story you want. Just do that. Anyway, that was the video I wanted to do. So I decided I'd get a better camcorder than my Canon HF-R 500, which is nice, but I thought I'd just get a step up. So Marcus Pix loves the Panasonic V981K, so I figured, okay, I'll get one of those, even though it's like $800 for a camcorder that came out 6 years ago. I think it's 6 years ago. Was it 6 years ago. So anyway, I ordered this camera. I got a B&H. I ordered the camera. So I want to get the next day, so it says, okay, FedEx, signature required. So I figured, I don't know. I didn't see a problem. Now, if you know about FedEx, you already know where the story is going. So I'm sitting up here, working away, and I see this big FedEx truck come by, and I think, oh, maybe it's that. And I'm like, you know what? Lots of FedEx trucks come by. So anyway, it left. I forgot about it. An hour later, this van came by, and then I wonder if it was in that. And then it leaves, and literally like 30 seconds, a minute later, I get a text saying your package couldn't be delivered. You have to come pick it up at Summer Street after 5 o'clock. Now, Summer Street's in Boston. I'd have to, go over to Charles, and it's like 45 minutes in traffic. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. So anyway, so I called, and as soon as I saw a truck leave, I called them trying to get them to say, hey, just bring the package back. So I call FedEx. I say, the guy was just here. I left a note on the window downstairs, which said, just leave the package here or call this number. So I don't understand why he didn't just call or text me. It would come right down, because my doorbell is not working, all right? So in the time that he took to write this, he could have just called or texted me. But the person at FedEx said, oh, they don't have cell phones. But wait, so you know enough that because he has a device, right? So you know well enough that within 30 seconds of him not being able to deliver it, that you could send me a text that it's not being delivered, but you could send me a text a minute beforehand telling me that he was coming. Or you have no sort of system that can say, oh, if your doorbell is broken, there's some sort of problem. Like I went on their site, I tried to just leave the package. There's like no way to do it. The site was not clear. The website is a complete bunch of junk, was not informative, was not helpful. Anyway, they have a device, they know, they can't do anything about it, right? So, yeah, so I mean, I didn't get the package. And so who really hurts here, right? B&H hurts here because they lose a sale. So, they're going to try and deliver it again today. But again, my doorbell doesn't work. What am I going to do? Wait on the porch all day long, right? So they're just going to return the package. And so it hurts B&H, right? It hurts me. It hurts Panasonic because, they don't sell a camera because there's a new camera, right? So, and it hurts the delivery driver of FedEx because they're just going to do less business, because I'm not going to do stuff like this anymore. It's going to hurt the economy because people can't get it. But the biggest problem I have with FedEx and Boeing and many of these big companies in America is the fundamental job of FedEx is to deliver a package. The fundamental job. Now, a guy, who delivers food, like a $7 latte, which is nothing, he doesn't have $1 billion worth of jets and supercomputers and all the billions that FedEx has, right? He makes sure the food gets delivered. He can get on a phone and somehow contact the person and let them know. He tries to make sure it's getting delivered. So why can he get it delivered, or she, but not FedEx, right? Because FedEx no longer cares about the fundamental job of getting a package delivered. Now, you might say, well, if the drivers have cell phones, they'll drive and be on the cell phone, or maybe they'll use their cell phone and they'll steal my number or whatever, privacy issue. No, they have the device. They can communicate back and forth with the device. They can solve this problem, but they don't want to because they don't care about the fundamental job of delivering a package. FedEx is not about that. It's not about the fundamental job of delivering packages. It's about a near monopoly of delivering packages as fastly and cheaply as possible so the executives can make huge sums of money and build their huge mansions and buy their Teslas or whatever they do. That's what it's about. And it's the same thing at Boeing, right? At Boeing, their fundamental job is to take people into the air and bring them back down. That's a fundamental job. One plane crashes, they do nothing about it. Second plane crashes, finally they start to do something about it, right? Then a couple of years later, a door falls off. Well, obviously they're not taking their fundamental job too seriously. And then a few days ago, the astronauts that flew up in a Boeing capsule can't take that capsule back home. They had to come back, in a SpaceX capsule. Now NASA gave Boeing $5.8 billion to build this system, right? Where did all the money go? They gave SpaceX $2.8 billion. Why can SpaceX do it for half the money? I'm not going to get into all that nonsense. But the bottom line is that if you can't get somebody into space and back into space, which they've been doing for 50 years, over 50 years, if you can't do that with $5.8 billion, you need to be broken up because you just can't do it. You can't do consumer aircraft and space flight and all the stuff that Boeing does. No, they can't do it. They need to be broken up. They should have been broken up a long time ago. The same thing for Fedex. Should have been broken up a long time ago. Their long-range, movement, transportation of goods, their local, all this stuff should be broken up. But it's not because the politicians are in the same bed. They're all in the Democratic Party, Republican Party, these big corporations are all in the same protectionism of their jobs and their money. The actual services, the fundamental service of FedEx to deliver packages, the fundamental service of Boeing to get people up and down safely, the fundamental service of politicians or our government to make things good for us, for their constituents, that's all gone. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know, and nothing is going to change, right? So I just wanted to say that. That's why I've been trying to do like at least a video once a week or whatever, and this is what's slowing me down. FedEx. FedEx is bad for art. On the other hand, there's lots of stuff to write about, and I think creators need to start. They are stop not talking much about the cameras, but talking about these things in our lives that really impact our lives, like how bad FedEx is and how it makes our lives difficult and not fun and depressing. And not depressing, whatever. But anyway, I was very angry yesterday, and I maybe shortened a day off my life by getting so angry. Anyway, I'm just blathering on now. So anyway, that's my video for today. This is shot on my A7 S2, and I'm using the Sony $25 wired lavalier mic. And I did this Rant a bunch of times on the GH6, but I'm sorry, the footage on this is just so much better on my C100 Mark II. I did one Rant on there, version of this, and it's just, yeah. I was trying so hard to love this Panasonic stuff, but I don't know. I just don't think I'll be able to get there. I'm still trying though. Anyway, hopefully I'll get I ordered a different camcorder for Amazon. So one good thing about what FedEx did is that I started researching it more, and I realized, you know what, the HD version of that same camcorder, I found one in an acceptable condition for $300 on Amazon. So I ordered that. So in a sense, FedEx saved me $500. I don't need the 4K version. So yeah, thank you, FedEx. But again, this is a used camera, not good for Panasonic, not good for B&H, not good for for anyone. So anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.